Good afternoon and welcome to the Legislative Rules and Government Operations Committee meeting. Supervisor Strau has asked me to chair. We'll get going because we have some people who need to get to other obligations. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the prior committee meeting, please? Supervisor Frazier and Supervisor McDevitt on the second. I'll call the question. All in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. We'll move on to information technology, and thank you, Mike Colvin, for coming over this afternoon. The floor is yours.
With all the ARPA monies, we're ordering 155 laptops all at once, and we've never had an order all at once to be that big. So we're looking to add a temporary part-time computer help desk technician 2 to help get all these computers set up. There's already been money moved out of ARPA to pay for it, but I need to get permission to create a position to use those funds and get the help to get those all set up in a reasonable amount of time.
Great. Okay, I got a motion to move that to the floor. Supervisor McDevitt, Supervisor Frazier on the second. Questions or comments for Mr. Colvin? Hearing nothing, I will call the question. All in favor of approving the request for the temporary part-time computer help desk technician 2 position, say aye. Any opposed? So moved.
That's all I got, unless you have questions for me.
Anything else? Thanks, Mike. Be well. Amy is next. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is the Self-Assurance Department's report. And the floor is yours.
All right, all I have for you is an informational item. It's that time of year when by workers' comp law, I have to come here and share the participants assessment for the workers' comp program for the next year. So those are attached in your packet. There's no action required on them. The budget committee actually approved my total a week or so ago. And then my next step is these get shared with each participants, which are the municipalities and the plan and the county departments for their budget presentation. So that's all I have for you.
Thank you. I understand from Amanda that we don't need any motions to bring it to the floor. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Amy and the 2023 plan?
That's all I have.
Great. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Wow, we're really flying. I'm proud of myself. We have our Board of Elections Commissioners. Good afternoon. I think we've got 3 agenda items, and if Beth or Bill would like to
Sure.
read us through those.
Yeah, well, it was brought to our attention today by our purchasing agent and by Amanda in reference to we had put on there renew contracts with Fort Orange and renew contracts with Clear Ballot. Because of some differences in us going to on-demand printing this year, on printing our own ballots, there's been some price changes with Clear Ballot because of that, and the contract changed enough to where it's no longer going to be a renew. It's going to be a new contract with both Clear Ballot and Fort Orange. So they're not renewed, they're new contracts, just to get that out and cleared up right away. So yeah, you want to do the Fort Orange?
So yeah, so Fort Orange, we did go out to bid with Fort Orange and Phoenix Graphics, since they are election printers. We're happy Fort Orange came within our contract, our previous contract, so we would like to stay with them. With on-demand printing, we're not ordering those large amount of printed ballots anymore, so we'll be paying for the items that we were kind of free per se in the old contract.
And what you'll see in your packet is you'll see the quote from Fort Orange, and you'll see pretty much the identical quote with a price difference from Phoenix Graphic, which are the 2 quote election printer companies that are used for all boards of elections. And you'll see that the quote from Fort Orange did come in lower.
Motion to bring this item to the floor. Supervisor Frazier and Supervisor Thomas on the second. Questions or comments for our commissioners?
Could I just ask a couple of questions to clarify? Is the contract lump sum or is it going to be paid for just for the items that you need off the schedule?
Correct, paid off what we need.
Okay.
To order
So it's
throughout
not
the
a
year.
lump sum, it's not to exceed the 33,000.
Correct.
Anyone else? Hearing nothing, I will.
One more
Oh, I'm
question.
sorry. Yeah, certainly.
Is this going to be like the prior contract where it'll be renewable at the discretion of the parties at the end of the year,
At each year, yes,
Yes, yes.
yes,
up to 3 years?
3 years.
Subject to that, I think I have what I need. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? No one on Zoom. So I will I'll call the question. All in favor of approving this item A, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So forwarded. Action agenda item B.
Okay, we'll move on to Clear Ballot, the a new contract for Clear Ballot. And what that's going to be, Mr. Chairman, is the reason it's being a new contract is basically an additional service that's placed on it wasn't in our original contract with Clear Ballot, and that's for the PDF production. The other contract is pretty much the same as it was in the past. If you'll look at the Clear Ballot sheet, it'll show you the $30,000 and $30,536. And we were asked again to get a letter from Clear Ballot because we didn't go out to proposal with quotes. We were asked to get a letter from Clear Ballot. They are a sole proprietor. They
I do
did.
have a copy of it. I got it this morning.
We just got that letter this morning that showing that they are sole providers. And that's why it didn't go to quote, it didn't go to bid.
Well, Beth is passing those out. Let's ask for a motion to bring this to the floor, please. Supervisor Frazier and Supervisor McDevitt on the second. Questions from the committee first. Anyone?
I just wanted to clarify, same questions as before, the 30,536, what is that actually for? Because in the description, I'm not sure what that.
Software, the
It's his software
software.
and support.
Renet and support from Clear Ballot. It's actually an expiration of our past 5-year contract, but because the addition of the BDF creation, what a BDF creation is where we actually send this to Clear Ballot. They turn around and they put it in software form that we're able to bring it back, count our absentees on. We're able to do our 3% audit on, and that's why they said that we needed a new contract instead of a simple renewal of the 5-year renewal.
And is this, what's the term that the Board of Elections is looking to have for this?
5 years.
They renewed every year for, so 4 years after the initial year.
Yes, will be, yes.
And this is a lump sum.
This
This is a lump sum.
And if we do pay in a lump sum, they'll give an additional 5%.
We did go back to them and ask them if we paid in a lump sum up front, would they give us a discount? They did come back and take an additional 5% off it, so it was worth the ask.
And the PDFs are, it's for 2 elections per year. So like for this year that we're looking at now, we would have been charged additional for that 3rd election,
Do you know how much that is?
$1,700 on top of.
You may just follow up after the meeting.
Sure.
Sure. And the only, just so we're clear, the only reason it would be an additional is if we did happen to go into what happened this year. All of a sudden, they threw a 3rd election upon us. And then
Mr. McGowan, did you have a,
Well, thank you. My question's answered.
okay, great. Anyone else? We've got the motion on the floor. I'll call the question. All in favor of approving item B, the renewal of the contract with Clear Ballot Inc. Say aye.
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 Any opposed? So moved. Thank you.
About the same thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm sorry.
The quote, it does have the maintenance on the bottom. You're not getting. the
No.
maintenance. No.
No.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Any final questions or comments on item B? Okay, we'll move to item C, which is a resolution to pay for repair to damage Dominion machines.
These are, as you know, the board gave us the go-ahead to lease Dominion machines for the new election, the ICE machines. They did come in, they've been working fine. But in your paperwork, if you look at the, excuse me, just a minute. If you look behind our quotes that we've gotten, you'll see where one of the machines, actually two of the machines were broke. And it wasn't due to something that happened to Dominion. It was due to something that our techs accidentally did. In the voting machine, there's two cards that are slid into these machines at every election. They contain the election material on them. One card is what we call our poll card. That comes back every night. That's where we get our results from. The second card is what we call an administrative card. That is a card that doesn't come out unless Beth and I authorize it. Those cards are identical. They have images of every ballot that was cast in the machine on them. And there's no doubt before they go out, they have to be put in and tested. Our techs in the new machine slid them in, but it appears that they got a little forceful on two of the machines. And inside these are a computer circuit board, memory board. And there is a very thinner than a needle, copper point that comes out. And if they bend those copper needles, it shuts the machine down. That's what happened to these. We know it now. It was unknown to us before then. But you also will see behind the repair quote 9.4.2 that shows you what their warranty, there is a warranty on them, but it shows you what their warranty doesn't cover. And part of it is neglect or abuse or, damage on our part. And that's basically what has happened. We do have in there, you'll see that there's a repair estimate of $2,910.50 for both machines. They are out there. We have not authorized repair at this point. We had to bring it to you people first to explain it to you. During this conversation, we also spoke again with our purchasing agent, and we've spoken with Chairman Stroud, and they had recommended that instead of just paying the $2,910, get a resolution that this is a 7-year lease,
7 years.
and get a resolution that would cover $5,000 in damage per year if needed. So if anything else happens to them in their future, and believe me, we've had some discussions, and I think our techs are going to be a little more gentle now. But if we are to have issues within the next 7 years, we wouldn't have to come back to committee. If it's up to $5,000 in damage, we would be able to give the go-ahead to fix these machines. So that, I guess we're asking that a resolution, and it's changed, and I apologize that we didn't have time, asking for a resolution to allow up to $5,000 in damages to the Dominion machines if necessary per year during this lease.
This is a matter that's been discussed with the chair of this committee. Are any members present interested in moving this to a resolution with the words articulated by Commissioner Van Ness? Is that the right way to proceed with it?
Well, I guess we'll start with, if there's a resolution, the resolution that's been submitted, if you're going to move that forward to discussion. and then
Okay.
you can make an amendment as suggested by the commissioners.
Okay, so,
Yes, we would ask that amendment be instead of Dominion repair bill of $2,910.50, we reword that to say the ability to have ice equipment repaired up to $5,000 if necessary.
Okay.
For the duration of the Dominion contract.
so let's get a, ask,
Through the end of the term of the current Dominion contract.
Correct.
it's okay. I got a motion to move this to the floor, please. Supervisor McDevitt and Supervisor Frazier on the second. So now we've had discussion. Are there any other questions or Supervisor McGowan?
Yes, thank you. So Beth, reading over the 9.4.22. I think that's the one you said, the repair or the replacement.
Right.
Did Dominion give the correct or all the proper training?
Yes, we
to
had
realize
hands-on
that? I mean,
training.
Some of these damn trucks are so small.
They're so
and
small.
Trust me, I understand, the computer chips and that, but I just.
They did.
Yes.
They did. This was a mistake on our per diem techs. They're only there 2 times a year. It was a mistake on their part. We've definitely
We
discussed
had
it with
some-
them.
Yeah, we had some other helpers come in to help. So we've changed our policy a little bit with our techs that they do that part of the job.
Now our
Pointing the
supervisor,
fingers or anything, it's just,
no,
It's not
now our
mistake.
supervisor
a lot of
will
money
install
for
it.
Dominion here. and
Yeah.
I think that,
Yes, we
just
had
wanna make sure
2
we're
days
covered.
of on-hand training.
And then to change that wording at no additional cost up to $5,000, they couldn't have mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So asked for, I'll call the question. Would we like to approve resolution to pay for repair to damage of Dominion machines with the aforementioned amendment to that?
And if I wasn't, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
Mr.
No,
Chairman, if we
please.
weren't clear, that if we do make it the $5,000 per year, that this repair will come out of this year's 5,000. So it won't be an additional, it'll be a portion of the 5,000 we get for this year, then next year and then on. it
So it'll
won't
be
an additional.
retroactive to
Yeah,
the-
correct. Yes.
when the situation occurred.
Right.
Okay. That, Larry, is that good? Good to go. Okay, then I'll call the question. All in favor of approval? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you.
There's
Any
nothing
other-
else, but Just
Yeah,
quickly,
please.
I'd like to mention that we did go to on-demand printing this year of ballots. I think we were both a nervous wreck over it, only not to know how it was going to come out, how it was going to work. But doing quick figures for the June primary, we saved over $1,500 in paying for ballots with the on-demand. They print their own, and we have no waste. Where normally we would have anywhere to 3,000 to 5,000 ballots at 48 cents a piece that go to waste. So knock on wood, the on-demand worked. It worked for us.
Just as an observation.
Yeah, please. Mr.
I thought the flow at the city went well as far as movement in and out. The people seem to deal reasonably well with the parking. It's a
Early
little
voting.
bit confining, but hey, it is what it is. But again, I thought the flow of people in and out was reasonable.
Great.
Did a good job. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
That's it.
For the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you.
thank you.
So the final part of this meeting is the legislative agenda section. We have no pending items, we do have some referrals, all legislative in form, some real important issues. Suggested creation of a separate per diem foil officer position. All these things have been discussed previously. Number 2, reimbursement to supervisors for non-educational related expenses, county administrator and county attorney to draft a listing of official duties for supervisors to be presented for consideration at a future meeting. Consideration of adding Juneteenth as an official county holiday. Number 4, the Adirondack Park Local Government Review Board resolution opposing Senate Bill 1145 Conservation Subdivision Design. And item number 5 is discussion regarding amending the rules of the board to indicate that all resolutions are adopted by a simple majority vote. Are there any members who are inclined to ask any questions, to have any discussion about any of those 5 items? Well, actually, I should bring a motion to bring all 5 items to the floor. No, I don't have to. So are there any discussions? Would we like to? Pardon me? Okay, so hearing no interest in discussing any of the items, I will move them to the next meeting of the Legislative Rules and Government Operations Committee. Okay, great, thanks. Any other questions from anyone in the room or any of individuals on Zoom this afternoon? Hearing nothing, I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Supervisor Frazier and Supervisor McDevitt, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.